So here we have episode 3 of Jules and Monty. We're just doing a director's commentary, letting you guys know about the behind-the-scenes fun and frivolities that happen. So sit back and enjoy episode 3.
All right, starting now.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This song is so sick.
The music, I have a playlist and consistently just like am listening to it all the time.
My friend Jesse
I think
wrote
this
that song,
episode-
and I'm going to try to interview him this summer. I want to get a vlog with him.
I think this episode is definitely the first time you see more of the style we're going for with the series. As we move around, we get to see more characters. We're doing crazy things with the camera. I think it's much more. It's a better example of the series than the first two.
It's also, I think, a really great third episode for this series because you kind of have two-part exposition, and then this is such an active episode that it's a really great one to show that, yes, this series is going to start moving more going forward.
We have
Paul
Paul coming out of left field being funny and crazy.
He's great.
He's just
so good.
incredible.
Also, they did not have a lot of time to block this episode or rehearse it because Marcus was in a show, Paul was off doing Paul things, and, you know, considering lots of this was kind of done on the spot, I think it's so funny and so effective.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, that whole day was crazy. I remember I was editing my documentary, and, like, Andy was going places, and everybody was all over the place. So we got, like, 3 good takes in, and then pretty much called it.
It was very much
direct this part?
Emma did direct this part because I had to go to a 3Ps board meeting.
Oh, you're right. I forgot you left.
Credit.
Great job.
Credit to Emma Wold for this blocking.
It was very much a hurry up and wait kind of day. We had, in order to avoid the shadows of the film equipment, we had to wait to make cloud cover.
Oh,
Yeah,
Brownie lady here.
What'd you say?
That was the brownie girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm really sorry for interrupting, but I just needed to call her out. Like, oh my god.
So there was this girl who, I think someone talked about it in one of the vlogs, but there was this girl who walked by, she was back in the back somewhere, and she looped around and came back behind where the camera was, and she comes up to us and she goes, hey, like, come over here. And Andy goes over and he's like, okay, what's up, what do you... And she was, do you want to buy this brownie? She was selling brownies for who knows what, and she had one left, and she was just dying to get rid of it.
During this take.
Oh, camera throw. This is more important.
Wait, yeah. And Ben, will you talk about the camera throw?
Yeah, so that was 3 people. I ended up, I do the initial part where it swings up, and then I hand it to Andy. Andy swings his arm all the way around and then handed it to, I believe, Paul or Sam?
It was Sam. Sam was on set that day.
So he throws Sam, and then I snuck around while Andy's swinging his arm and grab it, sort of duck under the field of view and grab it back from Sam.
Can you tell that our whiskey is apple juice? It's a little frothy.
If you look at the bottle, it's foamy.
I also want to really quickly mention the Queen Mab speech.
Yeah.
And how I love it in this series. It's honestly it's one of my favorite speeches. Like, I have a million, but it's one of my favorite speeches in Shakespeare. And I think the idea of a kind of drunk, possibly cross-faded college student just being like, dude, I was thinking about this fairy queen the other night, and let me tell you, it was crazy. Like, it's the perfect way of getting it to translate into the series, and I think Marcus does, like, a phenomenal job of it.
Look at Paul's run.
Marcus killed his
so cute.
that speech, I should say. Like, he made my job so easy in that everyone was gorgeous. I like the smash cut, too.
Isn't this all improvisation?
Oh, this was just
Pretty
we were
much it.
waiting around in the hallway and stuff, and Ben, you were like, well, maybe we should get some of this for later, and we just went off and did a ton of these.
Absolutely. There was one in an earlier take where I stepped over Ed's head, and you're just coming up with anything and everything that might be worth including later.
I think Claire was operating the camera, and I just remember her looking at me like I was an idiot.
I don't know
It was operating.
if might be lagging, but Ed, I appreciate your Teen Girl Squad hands.
Yeah, well done.
Lost track of Ben.
Huey was on set that day for the first time, and that was really fun.
Yeah, Huey.
Lost track of you.
Yes, Huey.
Huey watches all of the vlogs, so we should give him a big shout out right now.
You haven't come home.
1, 2, 3.
Huey!
Huey!
You have my.
See, this is our dorm hallway. Evie's and mine. It's like right outside our room. Big thank you to everybody who put up with our filming for months.
Yes.
South Hall.
Actually, Greg and your RA, Jasmine, they were super cool.
Yeah, everyone was, for the most part, so nice about us, about our being.
That realization.
Debt realization, though.
It was just it was an accident. I had a lot to drink.
I'm laughing with you, Ed. I'm laughing with you.
I'm sure.
No, she's not.
It sort of works in that his drunkenness is just like converted this camera into his confidant.
Yeah.
I loved
The first time of many.
I
Yeah.
felt that way in a long.
Yeah, I think
And
Monty's
Rosie
more
Cheeks
guilty.
Rosini.
I think Monty's more guilty than any other character of making the camera his personal diary.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, yes. Are you kidding me?
Also, Ed is more guilty of that than anybody on the crew.
True.
I'm from New Jersey. You gotta do what you gotta do.
New Jersey.
Are people from New Jersey known for vlogging?
Horrendously. We are the most egregious
There's
offenders.
something here. This.
I like that you already know that you're in
This is
love
a
with this
sweet
girl.
Okay, you know what? We needed to. Hey.
There were laser fireworks, okay?
Rose.
Yeah, there were. It was great. Also, hey, smash cut to you talking about a kiss.
Download this song. It's sick.
Yeah, all of our musicians just go to the website, click listen, and just download all of their stuff from Bandcamp and whatnot because they're incredibly talented.
Yeah,
A lot of them won't make you pay for their music, but you should pay for it anyway because they're
Yeah.
super cool and super young and super talented. And just,
They're all students. They're all our age, which is really cool. Also, Modern Diet, who I believe did a song for episode 12, I want to say, or 14, they recently released a new EP, so you can check that out for free too.
do that. It's really good. I've been listening to it for about a week now. It's sick.
Also, if you have any questions about the music, feel free to send us an ask on Tumblr. Is probably the easiest way to get to us. And also just send us asks on Tumblr in general because
Yeah.
But not creepy ones.
Like,
Yeah.
asking to see... Never mind.
Never
yeah,
mind. Let's
not
talk-
ones about my face.
No.
Whatever.
Too real. No. Abort.
But no, really, like, Evie's on Tumblr, and Ed and I are both on Tumblr all the time, checking the Jules and Monty page, so if you have anything you want to talk to us about, that's the place to go.
And they are on Tumblr, and they talk to me sometimes.
Yeah.
So you can
Exactly.
get to everybody that way, except for Andy, because he lives in Alaska.
True.
I was going to say a cave, but okay.
Guys, can I just really quick mention my favorite thing about episode 3 and possibly one of my favorite line deliveries of all time in Jules and Monty is when Paul Perot goes, of the Mutagama.
The Mutau Gamma Fraterniter.
I cannot watch that moment without dying.
Paul Perot's performance in general, like he's one of the castmates we didn't have as much time with, and we haven't worked with as much before, and he just came in and blew it out of the water. Because Ben has the potential to be such an annoying character, and he totally changed that.
Also, he was really in on the project from the very beginning, which was super cool. Like, he was very excited about it, and we were so glad that he was able to do it with us.
The big missed opportunity was not being able to work in him singing somehow, but...
Oh, he's such a good voice.
Right?
Voice of an angel. Google or YouTube Tufts S Factor.
We'll throw it in the comments.
I'll put a link on.
Yeah, do that, because, oh my god, just please do that.
He is incredible.
Ben also later, I think, serves as, an extra piece of support for female agency, which I think was something that was super important because one of the biggest critiques of Romeo and Juliet is that Juliet doesn't, have enough control over her own life. And there's that weird moment where Marx is like, fresh meat from a boy or something like that, and Ben just goes, no, like I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, no, I think we'll talk about that when it comes up, but we're trying rather, because we had to deal with this oppressive male society in order to stay true to the story, but we tried as much as we could to put in little glimmers of, yay, no, don't treat that woman like a piece of meat. She is a person, and all of
Well,
that.
I think that it's using elements of like problematic language or moments as an effect or a technique or something like that, as opposed to like our project literally just being like misogynistic. So like when Mark says in the party, for example, like more like fresh meat from my man, like that's obviously something that Marcus would never say at an Imogen, don't say, but like we wanted to create an environment that kind of showed how almost like unsafe and unpleasant the fraternity scene was at UV, and part of the the way was we had to kind of expose like the grossness of it.
Yeah, and to state for the record, this is not how we view fraternities. We actually had a really great working relationship with DTD, which is one of the toughest fraternities in the fraternity we filmed in. So this is not how tough fraternities are. This is just the society.
Or necessarily any fraternities.
Yeah, no.
Right, absolutely. I think the houses have to be the enemy. So in order to make that read, I think that the fraternities had to be ugly.
Yeah, it would be like saying Shakespeare hated all nuclear families because he showed that
Shakespeare hates families.
And were awful. That's obviously like not how we feel about fraternities, but yeah, it was how we wrote it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that is episode 3. Thanks for watching.